While we're on the subject of URLs, I want to talk about another element called base, which is occasionally useful, not often, but I use it occasionally, and it kind of goes like this. Let's go ahead and open this base.html in the text editor and take a look at this element here, base href equals. What this does, if you'll remember, the relative URL starts at a particular point and specifies a file relative to that location, usually the location where the linking document actually exists. The base element changes that behavior to give a different reference for the relative URL. I'll show you what I mean. I'll go ahead and load this up in the browser. Now you'll notice on the title bar, this is on the local machine here in the sound booth, and it's on the local E drive on a Windows machine. This is not a URL that shows a location on the web. It's not even a proper URL. This is simply a file reference on a Windows machine. This document has in the base element this URL here, which specifies a directory. A base element must also always specify an actual directory. It means it needs to end in a slash. If it doesn't end in that slash, it's not going to work the way that you think it's supposed to work. You can also have a file name after that, and that's ignored. It simply sets another base. It uses this as the location of the current document when it's trying to figure out where the relative link is going to go. And then I have this anchor tag with an href that just shows a document. So what we expect it to do is to create a URL with this base and that document stuck on the end of it. Now, if we look in this browser, remember this is on the local hard drive, but I have that base element in it. Take a look down at the status bar when I roll my mouse over this link, and notice that it constructs the target URL with the base href and the relative link. So when I click on it, it's going to take us over to this web page on my server. And notice that the backlink shows visited. I consider that a bug, but it's what it is. It shows it as visited even though we really haven't been to that base. Because the back reference, if I bring up this yet another in the text editor, the back reference has another base to the next directory up. Rather than using the ... I just use this base.html with this other base reference of the directory above where this current one is. It's without the another there. And so it constructs that and goes back to that document, which is also, for your convenience, up on my web page at that location. So that's the base element. It's occasionally useful, and when you need it, it really does fill the bill. If, for instance, you want to move a website or move just a few pages from one location to another and you don't want to have to change all of the references in the href, when you need it, you know that you need it, and it's good to know that it's there.